We all doing? I hope we're doing well, and I hope we've had a great week so far. Let's end this week on a high. Get ready to tackle next week. So for today, guys, first of all, let's talk about what's happening, and then let's talk about what might happen. So first of all, I think Trump came out with a news. Not I think Trump came out with a statement saying there is no trade agreement with Canada and everything has broken down. So from that onward, I mean, that basically means bearish for the Canadian dollar. So I'm just let's keep an eye out for Canadian card pairs towards next week. And also today we should be careful. Why is that? Because we have so many red folder news today, so many important news today, CPI being one of them. I think the euro also has news. I think the dollar, no, the US has news. I think Canadian dollar also has news. So we have so many red folder news today. So for me personally, on this kind of days, I don't open new positions. Rather, I just leave my existing positions and see what happens to them. Um, so let's get right into it. As we've been talking about all week long, right, or all month long even, right? Because this is since the beginning of October, right? All month long, we've been looking for these shorts on Euro USD. Why are we looking for these shorts on Euros USD? Because we are in a bearish leg right here, and although we still understand that swing wise we're bullish, but if we look at our fractal structure, you can see we're bearish on our fractal structure because we have here as a fractal low. Did we take out this low? Barely. It just forms it formed an equal low and then high right on the daily, and anything here is just retracement. We have here as our supply level, and if we come to the 4 hour, right, if we come to the 4 hour, you can see that supply level here. We had that break of structure. This became our swing high on the 4 hour and our swing low on the 4 hour, right? And then from there we started to retrace, right? Retracing to where? Into premium pricing. We have here to our left this strong supply zone. We had this quarterly open, which helped to push the market lower. We're targeting a position from here earlier, I think last week, but we didn't get that confirmation, so we just let it run, right? And now we're here. We've just been making this sideways movement since Tuesday. This week has been quite choppy, right? It's been quite choppy, just sideways movement. You can see just moving from side to side. So let's see. Today we have news, and let's see what that does to the market. If it pushes it up higher, then from next week we can start looking for those further shots into probably taking these lows or this major liquidity that we have to our left, right? So let's see what happens today with the news. If we get those that push in towards this area to grab liquidity, then from there we can start to sell. But if not, if we just sell from there, then we'll just re-strategize and start looking for further positions, maybe to take out this extreme low. Who knows? But for now, the only reason why I would start to look for longs on Euro USD would be when we break this high, right? So when we break this swing high, then we we would start looking for ways to get into further long positions. So for now, only shorts are on the table for me, even though this looks like a strong demand as we discussed yesterday. But I think it just grabbed liquidity. Did it even grab the liquidity? No, it's even open. So on GU, I would show you that is clearer. It took out that liquidity and moved. But on EU, it looks like just open area that we still probably can take out. So let's keep that in mind and also be cautious today. Okay, so for the DXY, for the dollar index, as we discussed earlier, we broke that fractal structure. This is our daily demand with our 4 hour demand inside it. And then we took out this liquidity and we had this V-shaped reversal to the upside, breaking this fractal structure. And since then, we haven't really seen any retracements. Here, we're just seeing the sideways movement. We've been choppy also since Tuesday. We've been moving sideways. So let's see what happens today. We also have that CPI news coming out. So keep an eye out for that. That might push the market up or push it down depending on the numbers. So that would tell us, okay, what we're looking for going into next week. For now, no new positions added. I'm just waiting. Okay, guys, so that's us basically it. You can see we're just moving sideways. On GBP USD, right? If you This is what I was talking about. If you look at this, right, you can see here we clearly grabbed that liquidity and then pushed up and broke structure. So this has become that strong area of demand from which we can now, if we look to our left, we also grab that liquidity from which we can start looking for long positions. But that would just be trading against the trend, which I'm not a big fan of, right? So for me, right now, you can see we're in this bearish leg, but also we have so many highs, right? All of these descending highs that we left behind. So it's possible that we get that upward push into these highs, take that liquidity, and then we start to sell to take out these lows. That's one possibility. So let's keep an eye out for that, and let's see what happens, what develops today, or we just sell from here and keep on going down. So it depends on how the numbers shape out to be, and then we would see what happens from then on. But guys, be cautious. As I said, be cautious, as we have here as okay, this is our breakup structure. These are swing high now, right? These are swing high, these are swing low, right? So it's our breakup structure, a line right here. So let's be cautious and let's watch. If we break this, then the only time I would be looking for longs is when we break this swing high, right? So when we break this swing high above here, then I'm fine to look for longs. But before then, I'm not interested in longs on GBP USD. So let's wait and let's see what happens. But I recognize that this descending high, we can come and take it, and then maybe from next week we start seeing those sell positions play out. The the ones that didn't the ones that we didn't get tagged for this week and last week, perhaps we get tagged for next week. Who knows? So for NZD USD, guys, same thing as we've been discussing. This is a bearish market. We were in a bearish leg. Here we had that break of structure. This is our swing high. This is our swing low. But also you can see we're just moving sideways. We're just moving sideways. We're just moving sideways. For me to sell this, I want to see some higher prices. Perhaps maybe we retrace into this nice area of supply, right? And this quarterly open also right here. So that can be that confidence that we need to sell the market. Just sell the shit out of it, you know. Like if it gets here for me and gives me that change of character, oh my goodness, I'm selling the shit out of NZD USD. And why am I selling the shit out of NZD USD? Because we're consolidating, right? We're moving sideways. We're moving sideways. We're not. So we've gathered and gathered and gathered liquidity. You feel me? Like it's like, think of a spring, right? Think of a spring. It wants to, the longer it coils up, right? The longer it coils up, the stronger that force to release it will be. And it's the same thing with the market. The longer we've been in this consolidation, the stronger that breakout is going to be. And for me, we look at this. We've been here since 9th of October, almost a month now. I mean, if it's possible, we can get 2 months of consolidation. That's gonna be like beautiful, more beautiful when it breaks out. But if it breaks out now, it's also beautiful. You get what I'm saying? So the point is, if you find this kind of market, is always sweet to trade, because you just have to wait for that breakout and just follow the direction of the breakout, and you would be in some good profit. You will be swimming in some cool cash. Similar story with AU, right? I don't have to repeat myself. We're consolidating, we're moving sideways, and I'm just waiting for that breakout to either side, and perhaps we get that sweet trade. I'm favoring the short position because we're in that bearish leg, but if we get that breakout to the upside too, I would be willing to take it, you know. So it just depends on how the market wants to move. For USD CHF, guys, yesterday we discussed. Let me delete this. I don't like keeping my PNL too. Yesterday we discussed this, right? And I talked about my position. I'm still in a position here. Why am I in a position? Basically because of the I chose CHF, the Swiss franc, because first of all it is a risk of pair, right? In which how do I say this? When there is uncertainty, right? When there's uncertainty in the market and there's uncertainty with world trade and global economics, investors tend to go towards the safe pairs, right? We're talking, right, things like CHF, things like Japanese yen, all of this, right? They get to investors go into those pairs and more and leave the dollar and leave things like and the British pounds and all of that due to that uncertainty because they are relatively stable. So that's one thing. And fundamentally, the Swiss franc is also strong, and with Trump's crazy trade talks and all of that, I expect the dollar to see some weakness at some point. So, and I looked at my chart. I recognize this quarterly open and this strong liquidity, this strong supply zone, which broke market structure and took out liquidity to the left, right? So I came in, I put my stop above it, and I could recognize, okay, moving into this supply zone, we were just having this 1, 2, 3. Let me show you on the 1 hour. It's clear on the hourly. You can see this, right? We made this consolidation pattern, 1, 2, 3 pattern, and then boom, we broke structure, retest. This is also another opportunity for a sell this morning. Could have taken that position if you like it, right? And then put your stop above here, right? Put your stop above here, targeting that 1, 2, 3, right? That's also a potential position. So for me, although we're still moving sideways inside this, so it's still possible that we just take out all of this and just keep on moving higher and higher, depending on what the dollar does today. And we can see all of this liquidity that we left behind is still possible for us to come and target it. So that's one thing. But I'm favoring that short for Swiss franc, and let's see if that plays out or not. So keep that in mind, guys. That's why I took that position. Why? Because as you know, we're in a bearish market on Swiss franc, right? And then we retraced. If we broke that market structure, this was our swing high, this was our swing low. We retraced to 50%. Let me show you. We retraced to 50% level, and then from there, we just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setup overall, right? It's like one of this is what they call an A plus setup, guys. An A plus setup. If it plays out, beautiful. If it doesn't play out, beautiful. But this is the setup that you want to be taking, guys. Let's move on to dollar. As we talked about the dollar yesterday, we talked about the dollar, and I said I'm waiting for some accumulation. As we know, like I'm looking for buys. I'm not looking to short it, but I'm waiting for some accumulation, for some like we've like guys, look at this. Look at this. Like so we've really really made strides. Like we're talking since we had that breakout somewhere around August, right? Yeah, August. And then since August till October, we've just been pushing up and pushing up. So for me personally, I'm just waiting for the dollar to calm down a little bit, reaccumulate, and then we wait for that distribution. So I recognize this as a demand level, and then we have liquidity resting. Maybe we take it out, we see some sideways movement, and then once we start breaking those fractal structure to the upside, then I would be interested in taking those for the gold longs rather. USD CAD, as we discussed earlier, USD Canadian dollar is weak at the moment, right? It's seeing some downside at the moment due to the Trump news and all of that. And so, but also the dollar is not strong. So for me, it's a pair that I'm not looking to trade at the moment. It's quite choppy unless we see some downward, some lower prices rather, as I've been waiting for all week. And maybe we take out these lows, respect the quarterly open, or connect to this demand. I don't know, but I would like to see some downward prices on the US dollar on USD CAD, and then from there we can start looking for those further longs. Okay, guys, USD JPY, as we discussed, I've been looking for longs on this thing, but it didn't tag us in, right? As fate would have it. So we didn't tag in. I was waiting for it to retrace to this area, and then maybe I'll take some longs, but it's just consolidating and moving just bullish and bullish and bullish because of the yen weakness. So because of the weakness of the yen due to the fiscal policy of the new elected prime minister. So now that we've taken, perhaps we'll take out these highs, and then maybe from there we start to see some lower prices on the yen. But I'm not interested in trading it from here. No, not really, not giving me anything really. So I would just wait, see what happens. Maybe after we take out that, let me show you. After we take out this daily liquidity, maybe we see some retracement, and then we can find that entry, hopefully, right? Because we saw that retracement after we took out this liquidity, then we retrace, and now we're pushing up again. Maybe we take out this one, and then we retrace again. So I hope it gives us an entry. I hope at some point we can get an entry, because I would like to be in it. So let's see how that happens. Maybe we get some lower prices, we take out this liquidity, connect to this demand level, and then we can get those further longs. Guys, US oil. US oil as so first of all, as oil, as you can see, guys, we're in a bearish leg with oil, right? We're in a bearish leg with oil, and that's quite beautiful because now we've retraced into where into this daily supply level, right? So we've traced into this daily supply level, and then which also broke structure, and then from there also we can see this level also, guys. Keep this in mind. Is also a strong level. Is also quite a strong level, right? Because now we have here as our swing high, here's our swing low. If you take our retracement, let me see, beautiful, we retrace right above into premium pricing, right above the 50%. So for me, I'm looking for short on this thing. I'm looking for short on US oil. So and because right, just following market structure, right, just saying. But on fractal structure on the 4 hour, you can see we're very bullish. So I'm not in a hurry. I'm just waiting for probably some accumulation here. Maybe we take out this high, right, from a new fractal structure, right, something like this, right? Maybe we just accumulate a little bit, right? Then we take out this high, so this becomes our fractal low, and once we take out that low, then we can retrace, and then we start to look for those prices perhaps into next week. So let's keep that in mind, guys. We just have patience. This next week, I believe next week is going to be a beautiful week because these setups are just how do I say, they're aligning and they're getting ready, they're preparing themselves, and let's see how next week is going to play out, guys. So have a wonderful weekend. Practice, back test, and get ready for the new week. Thank you.